Welcome to Prep Rally, brought to you by arpreps.com. I'm your host, Vernon Tarver with the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. We got a lot to get to today on this recap edition. Lots of football, but first, the big Chili Pepper Cross Country Festival was last Saturday. Great action. Lots of top teams came in to Agri Park from Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri. They took the top spots. You got teams from South Lake Carroll winning the boys competition. Keller, Texas won the girls, but lots of top individual performances and team performances from around the area. Cameron Fisher finishes third overall individually from Fayetteville. He led Fayetteville to a 5th place finish in the team standings. Bentonville 11th on the boys side. Jonathan Prince with the 20th place. And the competition here at the Chili Pepper, guys and girls, is going to be as good as these runners are going to see throughout their season. Rogers, they finished 12th on the boys side. Diego Contreras was the top runner for Rogers. On the girls side, Bentonville, congratulations to the Lady Tigers, a 4th place finish. That's fantastic against the competition that they saw. Tori Willis was their top runner. You had Fayetteville with an 8th place team finish, a strong showing for the Lady Bulldogs. Becca Bouchel was their top runner Saturday, and Rogers comes in 16th on the team side. So a lot of strong showing from our individual runners. Some of those standings, when you think 11th, 12th, 8th, 16th, but considering the competition, some really good stuff on a really nice day at the Chili Pepper. In football, a lot of rivalries took place Friday night. Rogers Heritage down to the wire. Philip Necessary with a blocked field goal with 22 seconds left preserves Rogers' 35-34 win for Rogers over the Heritage War Eagles. Big win. Rogers improves to 4-1. We talked to Mike Lloyd, the coach of the Mounties, and let's hear what he had to say about the big victory.
From your team standpoint, you got a few breaks and you're up 28-14 and got a chance to maybe put some space in there, but again, they came roaring back at you.
Well, they did. They didn't quit, and that's what happens in a rivalry. You can throw records out in this, and I think both teams played exceptionally hard. I thought both teams competed. I thought both teams played with their, you can't get a better high school game than this. I've been doing this 30-plus years. That's one of the better games I've been involved in. I'm proud of our team. Our hats are off to Coach over there. He's done a great job, and their kids played exceptionally. They played with class, and they played hard, too.
Well, but, again, it comes down – we talk about, 35-34, but it really came down to a couple of plays by your defense. Fourth down there. And
that's what I told the kids. Let's embrace this moment right here. Competitors step up to front. Let's don't play on our heels. Let's play on our toes. Somebody find a way to win, make a play. That's what it's about. I said, it's not time to be tentative. It's not time to be timid. It's time to be who's going to be the most competitive, and we're going to win.
While it was a big win for Rogers, it was a really tough loss for the War Eagles. They're getting closer and closer, but another loss drops them to 0-5. Coach Tony Travis talked with us about the game. Let's hear from him right now.
Kids there at the end at halftime where, you guys had a little letdown there with a turnover, and the momentum really went against you there.
Second quarter was awful. We put our defense out there with a couple of short fields on 2 turnovers, and then a couple of bad punts. We got 3 and outs and a bad punt, and put our defense in some bad spots, and that led to a deficit at halftime. But at halftime we didn't talk about there wasn't any huge adjustments or anything. We talked about the mistakes that got us to this hole are created by us. We've stopped ourselves, and I think we showed that in the second half a little bit. Where come out and move the ball and got a little fire, and defense started feeding off of it a little bit. We started feeding off each other, and Zach Gall played awesome tonight. Played awesome, and he's also our kicker. In hindsight, when you run an 80-yard touchdown or however far he made it on that catch, we probably should have called timeout, let him catch his breath before we kicked the extra point there. But he took it pretty hard tonight, but we lose together as a team, and when we start winning, we'll win together as a team. And I think it's right around the corner. We improved again this week. I know I sound like a broken record, but we played a good football team tonight. That's 4-1, I believe, and had our shot at the end to win it. Now we're getting in those games at the end. Now we got to learn how to win. I think that'll come next.
Of course, you had Har-Ber and Springdale going at it. This one was, special for a lot of reasons. The tributes to Kyler Williams, the red out, the two schools coming together. Har-Ber got the win 38-7. That really wasn't what was on everybody's mind, but Coach Wood did give us his thoughts on the night of the game and everything. And let's hear what Coach Chris Wood with Har-Ber had to say about the win for Har-Ber.
You got 2 touchdowns from your defense.
Yeah.
They kind of got.
Yeah, I thought defense came out and played well. Anytime you get 14 points off turnovers, that's huge. I thought Springdale's scheme was good. They got after us, really made us work offensively. But it was a good night for our defense, and I thought our offense fed off of it.
Also in the 7A West, you had Bentonville, coming off a big win over Fayetteville. They keep it rolling with the 56-14 win over Van Buren, setting up their big showdown with Har-Ber this week, but they keep it going Friday. Coach Grant talks to us about the big win as they're now 2-0 in conference. Here's Bentonville coach Jody Grant on the win over the Pointers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a game. I'll be honest with you. I've thought all week that this is a better football team than their record indicated. Our kids, we knew we were going to come out, and I knew they were going to come out and be able to do some stuff offensively. And our kids, it took them a little bit, but they kind of got going and played like we thought they were capable of playing.
Yeah, and like I say, it was still 21-7, and then that block punt just seemed to open the floodgates for you.
Yeah, that was big for us. Our kids have done a good job in our special teams, and I think that's the second or third punt we've blocked, and our kids take pride in that. And that kind of flipped the switch for our kids, and they really started playing from that point on.
Yeah, because, like I said, it just right after that, you scored 2 touchdowns within about a 50-second period. Got the running clock, and then it's Katie bar the door.
Yeah, that's what we talked about is, take advantage of a short field, take advantage of a turnover. And, with their offensive scheme, there's opportunities for the ball to be on the ground, and we got to get those. And, I felt like I still believe that's a really, really decent football team out there. I know they're struggling a little bit, but that's a team that we knew going in was going to be able to operate a little offensively if we didn't do something about it. And, it took our kids a little bit.
And finally, Fayetteville, after a loss to Bentonville, they get it going again with the 50-14 win over Bentonville West to improve to 1-1 in the 7A West. They didn't have any problems. West really struggled with turnovers, and it's just too many mistakes to stay close. Bill Blankenship, the Fayetteville coach, sat down with us post-game and gave us his thoughts on the victory. Here's Coach Blankenship.
I just was really pleased with the first half. You can get victories, but you can get them sloppy and you can get them in a good way. And I thought we played very sharp. The turnovers really, made things go a lot faster in the first half, without any doubt. But you love to see our guys get that kind of stuff. Very pleased with the offense. I thought they were very workmanlike. Taylor was really sharp with his reads, spread the ball around. So I just didn't have much to fuss about in the first half. And again, it had so little to do with the scoreboard for me.
Yeah.
It's really about how we played, and I thought we finished a good week of practice with a good game.
You get around other conferences in the area in the 4A1. Berryville maybe surprised some people getting by Gentry 52-44. That was one that not too many of the AR Preps experts saw coming, as Gentry was most of our picks. Pea Ridge keeps rolling. They're a top 5 team in 4A. They just really had their way with Lincoln 62-14. Prairie Grove 35-0 over Gravette. Boy, Prairie Grove is rolling as they just didn't have any problems with Gravette. Shiloh Christian 44-7 over Huntsville. Maybe a surprise in the 3A1 conference was Elkins. We were really high on Elkins, but they went to Mountain View and got beat 30-23. And Greenland over Yellville Summit, no problem. So that's some of the highlights. Oh, right, also want to mention that Farmington, in a defeat, really played really well against Alma in a 35-14 loss. Alma's a favorite in 5A, in the 5A West, so nothing to hang their hat about. Before we leave, we want to mention, stay tuned later in the week. We'll have a recap of the 7A State Boys Golf Tournament. That begins this week. Last week, the girls wrapped up their season in 7A State. State. So the boys, it's their turn in Conway, and stick around as we'll wrap up this show with a nice slideshow tribute, read out pictures from the football games over the weekend, and just stay with us because we'll be here every week with the recap edition here on Prep Rally.
you.